Hello, everyone. All right, so I want to dive into one of the biggest misconceptions I hear about overcoming chronic pain. And it's the idea that it's all due to muscle imbalances. And I get it, right? Like when you're in pain, it's really easy to assume that just like one side of your body's off, or even thinking like, oh, well, I gotta like fix this weak muscle and that's gonna just like make all of this better. And perhaps, yeah, this is something you've been told actually from a trusted source. Maybe this is just something you've come to the conclusion on your own type of thing. But here's the thing, and I want you to be really like open-minded about this, right? Pain is rarely that simple. And focusing purely on a singular thing like a muscular imbalance alone can really be holding you back from finding real, long-lasting, more sustainable relief. And so let's talk real examples, right? Maybe you've been told that your pain is because of like a weak core, right? Like you have a core stability problem, or you have really tight hip flexors and it's pulling here and that's why it's pulling there type thing. But think about this for a second. Like, I'm sure you can probably imagine that there is someone you know who has weak muscles and doesn't really have pain. Or maybe you know somebody who actually has really good posture, yet they're dealing with chronic discomfort. Or how many times have you been told to like stretch more or strengthen a specific area? Like just do these things, right? But the pain still lingers. And so if you're seeing my screen, I'm going to move myself for a moment. You know, this is the question I always like to ask some of the people I've been working with, right? Like, why do doctors, PTs, chiros, trainers often recommend such different solutions for managing pain, right? And so, again, I understand this is probably where it gets frustrating, and I don't know if this is something you like resonate with, have dealt with personally yourself, but you've probably have tried maybe some of these things to fix the issue, right? So, right, like just do more core stability work. Maybe I'll do injections or take muscle relaxers and other medications. Maybe it's trigger point therapy I need, or chiropractic adjustments. Oh, I need like more supportive shoes, orthotics, posture correctors. I know it looks like I'm actually wearing that like posture bra. I feel like I've seen. Or maybe you feel like you even maybe just need surgery. And hey, like at the end of the day, right? Like clearly it's just not only about the muscles, right? So here you are, probably have done so many different things, clearly still in pain. So what if I told you the real problem isn't any of those things, right? Like, what if the diagnosis of muscular imbalances or wear and tear is really only scratching the surface of actually what's going on? So, this is why I love this little like meme that I found, right? I've been studying back pain for the last 50 years, and if anyone says they know where back pain comes from, they're full of shit. Right? Like clearly this is a lot more complex than maybe we've really like sat and thought about and really like deeply considered. So, right, think about it. Like, yeah, your pain probably isn't related just to muscles, right? So what if it's more of like a combination of stuff, right? Like stress, how you sleep, diet, emotional triggers, or maybe even just how much support you're getting from like the people around you. So, right, maybe it's just not solely body mechanics. It's like literally how your life is set up. So again, I love this diagram here because it really just shows the tremendous abundance of factors that really interplay into pain, right? All the things, all the things. And in the middle here, right, just like quality of life and pain. So, right, obviously the thing is like, it's not just one issue. There's no single fix. Like, this is very much a multifactorial problem, which really means we need to take a look at your whole life, not just your muscles, right? Obviously, it's a combination of physical, emotional, environmental, and like focusing just on one of them won't really lead to lasting, sustainable, like real change, real progress. So, instead of trying the same things over and over and over and over and over again, like what does work probably is taking an honest look at your daily habits and routines, what's triggering your pain both physically and emotionally, how your environment might be impacting you, where you need more support, whether it's for yourself or from others, and like determining what the needle movers are in your life that actually can make a difference. And so, just to give you some more examples here, I don't know if you know who this is, Usain Bolt, right? Like one of the most athletically like high level performing humans on the planet. And like, look at his scoliosis, you know what I mean? Like crazy. Or Michael Phelps, right? We're all kind of concerned about this like forward hunching posture, right? Like nobody wants to have that like old lady hunchback, but like, look at Michael Phelps. You know what I mean? Like it kind of is mind boggling when you really look at it. So I also found this online, right? Both of these athletes, people, right? Because we all have a core, 2 limbs, 2 arms, 2 legs. For the most part. I know there are people out there that obviously are missing limbs. But anyway, like both of these athletes are demonstrating compensations, right? But like what really is the difference? What's the thing that really sets them apart? It really isn't just muscular imbalances or like length discrepancies or like any of that stuff. I think it's really determined more by their function, their performance, right? Like stronger versus faster, slower versus weaker. Not having a ton of movement options versus having a lot of movement options. Like you just have more ability probably over here than you would over here type of thing. And I'm not trying to like make fun of or bring any shame or judgment here, but it's just kind of laying out, right, kind of the facts, the data here. And hey, right, you might not like it, but this is what high performance looks like. It looks kind of gnarly. It doesn't look very balanced, very like symmetrical, right? So this is why, again, focusing on posture and imbalances, I think it really is just holding you back, right? If you like really think about it, like we're spending so much time like over analyzing and evaluating, right? Like every single little detail that someone is determining, oh, this is right or this is wrong. And this is like the reason for your pain, da 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 da, which like, right, logically on paper, it makes sense. And I think that's why people sometimes I think have this belief because it's easy to see, right? It's really easy to like logically see and make sense of. But hey, like I'm trying to maybe also show this is kind of what's wrong with the industry is that we've watered things down so much to make people feel more comfortable in understanding, but clearly this hasn't actually led to like the real results and the things that they actually like want to be able to do, you know what I mean? So yeah, like instead of just focusing on like what's wrong and this constant like fix it kind of mentality, rather than addressing the bigger picture and trying to find ways to really make progress. So instead of trying to look at the same things over and over and over again, we gotta take an honest look at, right, your daily habits and routines, what's triggering your pain, how environment might be impacting you, where you need more support, what the needle movers are in your life that could actually make a difference. And I know I said that once before, and I'm saying it again because, right, I think if something's really important, it needs to be said probably multiple times, right? So from there, right, we can start to set goals, small manageable steps to address each of these areas. And it's not about, right, like fixing everything at once. I know for a lot of people, this can feel really overwhelming. Like I gotta this is a lot of work. This is a lot of stuff to like do all at one time, but slowly working on these things that truly matter will actually make more of a difference in your pain and quality of life. So if you've been really stuck like thinking about like pain and thinking that it might be just kind of like your muscle imbalances, like I really do encourage you to like maybe start to question that, maybe start to like shift the perspective here a little bit and really like consider the bigger picture of your whole life, your entire like ecosystem, and figure out what's really contributing to your pain. And so if you're ready to dive deeper, I really would love to help with that. something I do every day with the people that I work with. And so thanks for watching. And remember, you are resilient and you got this.